I am back, and this is the second part. This is part 2 of chat number 128, and if I didn't show you all, I wrote the number at the bottom so that I would actually know which chat it was. But this is the second half of chat number 128, reject all or none thinking. And this is, oh, Bonnie's computer sound cut out. So it wasn't my brand new microphone, right? So Bonnie, the homework from part 1 was the think, feel, do. And think, feel, do is think what your what you're thinking, like I'm going to eat a whole bag of chips and I'm going to blow it and I'm going to quit, and whatever. And then how you're feeling, and I want you to write them down. How you're feeling, like I'm afraid I'm going to quit, I'm afraid I can't get back under control, whatever that feeling is. And then do, write down what you would tell a friend, how you would encourage a friend. Okay, so this is part 2, and this is the fluff portion. So for those of you who are completing the homework and who completed the first half, congratulations. For those of you who are just watching the second half, I've noticed that YouTube is mostly a second halfer group. So most of the YouTube people are just wanting to watch the fluff portion and not watch the classroom. So you're not actually attending your meeting. Oh well. Okay, this I wanted to look at first because this is something that I saw on Connect this week. And I think this could actually work. This is a Jell-O, sugar-free, just a Jell-O cup. So it's the pudding cup. Okay, and I'm holding it because you were supposed to warm the outside of it for just a minute before you take it out. But what they were doing on Connect this week, on WW Connect, and if you are an online member, if you attend a physical workshop and you have eTools, you have Connect. If you'll get on your phone or get on your tablet or on your computer, and if you are an online only member, you already have Connect. You are already on there because that's how you are attending, is online. So somebody on Connect, and I apologize, somebody, I did not see who you were. So many people were talking about it that I failed to find who the first person was who talked about this. But they just took a Jell-O, a sugar-free Jell-O pudding cup, so it's just regular Jell-O, and cut a hole in the top. And they did not use a baby spoon. I had to use a baby spoon because I did not have any popsicle sticks. Anyway, so they cut a little hole in the top, and and thank you, Christy. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Yeah. So thank you. See, you all are having your own meeting. Really. This is a meeting. You're doing it. Good job, girls. Okay. So anyway, so this is just a regular Jell-O cup. Cut a hole in the top. They put a popsicle stick in the top. I didn't have any popsicle sticks, so I used a baby spoon because I have an entire house full of those, and then froze it. So this has been in the freezer for like 3 hours. I don't know how long they said exactly on Connect, but you're supposed to just barely warm up the sides, I think, so you can get it off. But then you peel off the top. Ooh. And, oh my goodness, look what it made. It made a popsicle, and it turned out exactly like it did on Connect. So these are 2 smart points, and you could use, this one just happens to be the, what is it, chocolate and vanilla swirl or whatever, but oh my gosh, it actually worked. Let me see if I can actually take a bite of it. I don't know how frozen it is. That's really good. It tastes like frozen pudding. And it worked. And look, and this is the part I liked about it the most. This is what I was thinking, for Alyssa. It has its own little drip shield because it keeps the lid on there. Is that not cool? Is that not super cool? So that's just a regular Jell-O pudding cup. Whoever invented this or whatever on Connect, sorry again, didn't get your name. They cut a hole in the top. The lid was on there, sealed down. Cut a hole in the top. They put a popsicle stick in it. I used a baby spoon, And then it's been in the freezer for about 3 hours, and when I took it out, I just barely warmed up the sides with my hand. And it made a pudding popsicle. How cool is that? Thank you, person on Connect, whoever you are. Yeah, so Sandra's going to do it. Carol says it looks good. Betty's going to do it. Okay, I'm going to stick it back in the freezer so we don't lose it. Okay, so I was super pleased to know that turned out well. That turned out really good. Okay, I want to show you 3 things that are new to me. They're not new. They're just new to me. One of them is the Lily's chocolate chips. So I see people on Connect and on Instagram constantly talking about these Lily's chips. Lily's. So yeah, so I see people talking about these constantly, and finally I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to order some of these because I'm tired of listening to people talk about them. So I ordered these. I ordered them on Amazon. I will try to put the link up tomorrow maybe. But I ordered them on Amazon. So it's Lily's Dark Chocolate, 60 of them, and they're mini chips. They're mini chips. Okay, and Jackie says 13 of them are 0. Okay, 60 of them, that is 60. 60 of them is 2 Smart Points. And this is Lily. Oh, and we are doing the freestyle program right now because for some reason I have people asking all of a sudden whether we're doing regular Smart Points or freestyle. This is freestyle. So, hello Susie. You're just in time because we're talking about chocolate chips, but they're dark chocolate. I thought they tasted good. Casey had mixed feelings about it. She said she did not get to eat enough to do a good evaluation. I don't know what eat enough of them meant. And then one of the ladies that I work with did not like them. Like I thought she was kidding. She said they tasted bad. And then I said, you just don't want us to eat them. And she just went, no, they really don't taste good. I thought they tasted good, but I like dark chocolate. But so they are Lily's Premium Baking Chips, dark chocolate. They are sweetened with stevia, 55% cocoa. They're vegan, non-GMO, no sugar added. 60 of them is 2 Smart Points. Seems like there was some other information here on the back I wanted to give you. You all always, it does have erythritol in it. If there's anybody that has any issues with that. So far I've been good because I'm not just eating them because they're dark chocolate. They're dark chocolate. So it's got a little bit of chocolate flavor, but it's not sweet, sweet chocolate. Good night, Trish. So it's not sweet, sweet chocolate, because it's dark chocolate. So you're not just going to sit and, I wouldn't just sit and eat them. But y'all always asking me about sodium, 0 milligrams of sodium. Okay, so 60 of them is 2 Smart Points. And they are dark chocolate. They're not milk chocolate. So anybody who thinks they're just going to pop them in their mouth and it tastes like an M&M, they don't taste like M&Ms. Okay, so those were new to me. Lily's. Somebody, sorry, didn't see who it was. Somebody said they have these at their Whole Foods. Didn't even go look at my Whole Foods. I just went ahead and ordered them on Amazon, but I will try to put that link up, later. This is probably the coolest thing that we have at the new showroom at Casey Kitchen Center. These are Swedish dishcloths, and if y'all haven't seen these, you might want to check them out. We found them online. If you're here in Knoxville, we do have them at Casey Kitchen Center, and that's at 5902 Kingston Pike. They will be on our website. Honestly, don't know what that website is yet. Maybe Casey can fill us in. I don't know. Oh, and Sylvia says they have them at Sprouts. Sylvia, we don't have Sprouts in Knoxville, and I'm not driving to Georgia to get them. But the next time I'm in Georgia, maybe. But anyway, oh, and Debbie says she loves the bag clips, and I have her hooked. So I'm trying to figure out if I can get these to sell them in the showroom because I'm hooked too. I probably have 3 sets of them now. This is not new, and I'll try not to eat up all the time to do this. These are not new, but are these not the coolest thing? This poor little guy at the home show, bless his heart, nobody was stopping and talking to him. And I was like, okay, show me what you have. I have at least 3 sets of them now. So this bag I just opened, I folded it over the top. These are called grip, what are they? Oh my gosh, I know what they're called. Grip sticks. These are grip sticks. And you just take this little yellow thing and you feed it, the little tongue, and you feed it through the opening and then over the top. And now you have a sealed bag again. Okay, that's for another day. Anyway, these are Swedish dishcloths, and they are super thin and really cool. And of course, I got the camping one, and I got it out for the, I got them for the camper, and for us for our next Disney trip. But anyway, so these are Swedish dishcloths. We do have them. We do have them in the showroom. But this is so cool. So I've been cleaning with this one, and I've already washed it in the washing machine, and I tossed it in the dryer for just a minute. You're not really. I don't know if you can dry them or not, but you can put them in the washing machine. You can put them in the dishwasher. But look at this. We've been using these in the showroom for the last couple of days, and this is one. It's this size, and look at this, because I hate throwing away paper towels. This was a quarter of a cup of water. So we did a test in the showroom over the weekend, and we did 3 paper towels versus one of these, and the paper towels didn't even come close. And then we used this to soak up the rest of the water from the paper towel. So that was a quarter of a cup of water, and it is all in here. It's all in this little cloth. It is all in there. The entire quarter cup of water. So look, that's empty now. Totally empty. Is that not cool? And then I can squeeze it back out, and you can use it like 100 times. See, and you can use it like 100 times. Anyway, super cool. Don't have to throw them away. We do have them in the showroom. We've got them in the Casey Kitchen showroom, and we have them, they're going to be on our website, whatever our website is. Casey will have to tell you all. And then this, we're actually going to make something in this tonight. So Kim sent me this, Kimmy Baseball. She sent me this, and it's silicone, and it does have a cover, but the covers are, I've already got it put up. But I opened the box when she sent it to me, and I was like, well, that's super cute. That is super cute, but what is it? I have no idea. So I was calling it a thingamajig because I had no idea what it is. I mean, obviously I know that it's silicone. So I know it's silicone, and it has little compartments in it, and it's really cute, and it's a cute color, and the color goes with, you know, a lot of the stuff in my kitchen. But I was like, I don't even, what is it? So I posted a picture of it on Instagram, and apparently it's supposed to go in an Instant Pot. Well, I don't have an Instant Pot, so I was thinking, what on earth am I going to do? What am I going to do with this? So here are some of the ideas. Oh yeah, and Barbara's right. Yeah, we can do this with cold water to keep us cool while we're camping. That's a great idea, Barbara. That's an awesome idea. But I was thinking there's some other things I've got to do something with this since I don't have an Instant Pot. And I jokingly said that I was going to, you know, get one. Orlando Debbie says they're egg bite molds. Yep, that would work great. Apparently for the Instant Pot, a lot of people make sous vide eggs from like the Starbucks sous vide eggs. Well, I don't have an Instant Pot, so I can't do that. But it is heat safe up to 400 degrees. Well, guess what? Guess what goes up to 400 degrees? That right there. Whoop, right there. Yeah. Yeah. My Simple Living Products air fryer goes up to 400 degrees. And silicone is safe in it. So I thought to myself, perhaps I should try and make something in the air fryer with my thingamajig or thingamahoogie or whatever it was that I called it. So I made up something. And not gonna lie, hello Kathy, it took me several tries because I'm not used to baking. You know, I'm used to air frying. I'm not used to baking, so it took me several tries. And yeah, and Sandra said Jello cups. That would be good. That would be really good because you could use that as a Jello mold. A couple people said popsicles on Instagram. A ton of people said the eggs, especially the sous vide eggs, you know, from Starbucks. But again, don't have an Instant Pot. So this is what I did. So this is what I used my thingamajig for. And this was from Instagram. So, not Instagram. Kimmy Baseball ordered this from Amazon, and when I locate the link for it, I will post it here, or I'll post it on the blog www.ifyouhaveanegg.com. So this is what I made with it. Okay, so again, it's my little silicone thing that I got from Kimmy Baseball. She got it on Amazon. Okay, so this is what I made. I'm going to show you one because we might get done in time to look at them. So they ended up like this, and I'm going to let you all help me name them. But look how cool these are. Look how yummy and fluffy. Look how yummy and fluffy these are. Okay, and when I show you the ingredients, I want you all to help me name these, okay? Because I put blah 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 things in my recipe builder on Connect. Okay, and I already had a little bit left in here. So sorry, I'm going to reuse the dish that I already was using. Okay, so this is what I did. This is not 2-ingredient dough. Pretty similar, but it's not exactly 2-ingredient dough. A lot of 2-ingredient dough recipes just have self-rising flour and then the plain non-fat Greek yogurt. But I don't have self-rising flour. I use Kodiak cakes for everything. So this is 1 cup of regular Kodiak cakes. It is just the regular Kodiak cakes. And that is 5 Smart Points. I'm sorry, it's like 14 for a cup. Hold on. I have the ingredients list here. Those end up being 2 each. Okay, so for a cup, it's the regular flapjack mix. So that is 1 cup. Wait till you see the ingredients, Barbara, before you answer. So that's 1 cup of that. Okay, sorry. And then it is 1 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt. going to add that. And we have a teaspoon of vanilla. And we have an entire, because I'm kind of on a Jell-O kick right now, so we have an entire pack of sugar-free, and I forgot to mention that last week, sugar-free Jell-O pudding mix. And this is the chocolate fudge kind, and you are going to add the entire packet. Okay, and I'm going to stir that up just a little bit. And if you have a mixer, you can certainly do this with your mixer. It's very chocolatey. Okay, and then 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Even though the Kodiak cakes will rise on its own, it still needs just a little bit of help. So 1 teaspoon, oops, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And in case y'all didn't know, that little thing right there is to scrape off the top, or to scrape off the top of your spoon so that you don't end up with too much. So we have a teaspoon of that. This is a teaspoon of Truvia baking blend. This is a 1/4 cup of egg whites. So far this should all be things, you know, within reason that you would have at home. They're all, you know, readily accessible. If you don't have Kodiak cakes, you could probably use just regular self-rising flour with this. You should have some brand of plain non-fat Greek yogurt available to you. Okay, we're going to mix all that together. Okay, but now what we're going to add to it. Okay, this is the part where I said you're going to have to help me name it. Okay, because now we're going to add 60 of the, oh, Barbara says to keep the baking powder in the freezer. Oh, and it'll last longer. Cool. So this is 60 of the, oh, and Carol would add a pinch of salt. That's a good idea. This is 60 of the Lily's teeny tiny dark chocolate chips that we just got. So it's 60 of those. Okay, but now, guess what the last ingredient is? Does anybody want to guess what the last ingredient is? And I tell you what, if it starts to get too dry, you can add just a smidge of water, and by a smidge of water, I mean a smidge. So I'm going to grab a tablespoon of water. Okay, so I'm going to put just a tablespoon of water in there because, you know, once you get that much Kodiak cakes in there, sometimes it's just a little bit, you don't want it to be wet. It's not going to be like a wet batter. No, Rosie said walnuts. Walnuts is a good guess, but it is not walnuts. Anybody else want to guess what the last ingredient is? Anybody? Ooh, peanut butter would be good, but no, Joy, that's not it. That would be good, but that's not it. Pineapple and chocolate. True nut? Nope. Debbie says true nut? Nope. Loretta says marshmallow. No, that would be really good. Nope. So that we can actually get them in, I'm going to go ahead and show you bacon. So these are going to be chocolate chip and bacon. So this is the candied bacon recipe, and it's 2 pieces. It's 2 slices, which is 4 pieces. So 2 slices of bacon, which is 4 pieces, because I cut them in half, of the candied bacon. And that recipe is already on, and look, I'll have to lick that off later. But anyway, so that is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, just under candied bacon. And I cooked it extra crispy, and I'm just going to dump that in. Yeah, Barbara, it's chocolate and bacon. It's chocolate and bacon. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Yes, Rosie, it's bacon. Chocolate and bacon. If you've never had chocolate and bacon before, And Teresa says, yuck, no bacon. Okay, so Teresa, don't add bacon. Add the fluff, or add the peanut butter, or add, you know, something else. Okay, so this makes approximately 12 to 14 of those little cupcake things. So next, even though you do not have to spray and I've made quite the mess up here, but anyway, even though you do not have to spray the silicone pan, I still do, because they just pop right out when you do that. So let me grab something to, actually look, I'll use my Swedish dishcloth to wipe my hands off, because it's good and wet, because it soaked up 1/4 cup of water. Okay, so just a little bit of nonstick spray, and I use the coconut spray from Lynn says call them crazy bacon chocolate pancake muffins. Okay, so this part though is very specific. This is my ice cream scoop, and you can tell I was using it before we started the chat. So this is 1/4 cup scoop. Okay, and I'm going to use it because I can get exactly the right amount. So I have 1/4 cup in here, and because it's an ice cream scoop, I can do this and it'll pop right out. So I'm putting 1/4 cup of the batter into each one of these little silicone cups, and you just want it to be 1/4 cup. At 1/4 cup, it's going to come above. It's going to come above the top, and y'all are listing some funny names. I'll go back and look at all of them later. It's still going to rise above the top of it. It's going to be that fluffy, but you don't want more than 1/4 cup in each one of them. So it's just easier to measure it that way, and it's easier to measure it that way, and it's easier to get it out because it has the little ice cream scoop, slider thing. Okay, so that is the first half, and it makes about 12 to 14, and this has 7 little holes in it. So CV bombs, that's funny. Okay, I'll have to go back and look at your all's names. Okay, so then we're going to put it in the Simple Living Products air fryer. We're going to just set this whole thing in the basket. So you're just going to take, and I cooked the bacon in there too, then washed it out, and then put this in here. So you're just going to set this whole silicone tray down in there. You don't have to put anything underneath it. It can just go straight in there. And it's going to go in here. Push the button. Push the temperature. Change it to 320. And then 12 minutes. Set it on 12 minutes. You might have to go a little bit longer than 12 minutes. My first one, or the first batch that I was playing around with, I had to go a little bit longer than that, because I had more than the 1/4 cup scoop in there. Okay, so we only have 5 minutes left, so we will not be able to see those come out, but I will post them, and I will post the recipe at some point, because I already posted 2 recipes this week. But when they came out, let me tell you this, when they come out, take them out of the air fryer. It's going to be hot. The silicone tray is going to be hot. It's 300, and I'm sorry, my back was to you. So 320 in the air fryer, 320 minutes, 320 degrees for 12 minutes, for about 12 minutes. And then check them at the 12 minutes. Stick a toothpick down in the middle, just like your mom always did with cake, or you do with cake, and stick a toothpick down in the middle, and then pull it out and see if you have any of the batter on there, then it's still not done. So use some tongs or something to get the silicone out of the air fryer, because it is going to be 320 degrees when you pull it out. My advice, let them cool off a little bit before you try to get them out. So the first batch I tried to just pull out, and they weren't quite cooled off yet, and I just tore this one. I got the top and the bottom was still in there a little bit. So, ooh, Margaret says Hog Wild Choco Cakes. That's pretty fun. That sounds fun to me. But what I did was I let them cool off. I just took my tongs, and I got the silicone pan out and set it to the side, let it cool off for a few minutes. You didn't have to wait 30 minutes or anything, just for a few minutes to let it cool off. And then I put a paper plate over the top of it and then flipped it over and kind of tapped it a few times, and they came right out. So that's another reason that I sprayed it just slightly. Even though a silicone pan is inherently non-stick, they slid right out after having the non-stick spray on there. But how cute are these? So they're little, you know, they come out little muffins, and you could reheat them, you know, put some ice cream on them or something. They are 2 smart points each. So it's 2 smart points. You can see how big they are on my hand. You know. Oh no, Melissa just got home. Melissa, you're gonna have to watch later because we just made chocolate chip muffin things with bacon in them. Okay, so I will try one for you, but look how fluffy they are in the center. Fluffy, 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 yummy, yummy, yummy. And I promise you, your friends, coworkers, husband, whatever, are gonna be surprised that it's gonna be chocolate chip with bacon in it. And I will go back and look at your all's names later. But let's try it. Very good. Very good. Very delicious. So yummy. These are really good. Again, this big. And yeah, Loretta, it would be a good grab and go breakfast. And you can make all different flavors. I mean, you don't have to make chocolate chip and bacon. And the bacon was what pushed it up to 2 points. They were only 1 point before you put the bacon in them. But they're this big. As cute as they can be. Hubbies are going to love them. Coworkers are going to be shocked. Family members are going to be shocked. Super cute. 2 smart points each. Yeah, Barbara says my face says it all. 2 smart points each. Extra yummy. And Dusty's hovering again because he heard me say bacon. I don't know what the sign is for bacon. But anyway, he heard me say Miss Yum. But anyway, he heard me say bacon. Okay, and yes, the pan came from Amazon. So Kimmy Baseball ordered the pan for me, so I will have to look at the link. I did not order it myself. But again, we had new silicone baking pan. Can't wait to try it with some other things. It's super cute. Makes a super great size. You know, something I might try doing some egg mugs, you know, some egg cups or, you know, something in it. The Swedish dishcloths, again, soaked up 1/4 cup of water, and look, still holding it. It's not dripping. And this was my chocolate, so now I can wash it in the dishwasher again. But you can use these like 100 times. Oh, and they're biodegradable after you're done with them. So instead of throwing them away, you put them in your compost. So anyway, I'm super, super happy about that. And then the Lily's baking chips. 60 of these are 2 smart points. Okay, so I will post that recipe. It is 8:59. We're actually going to get done on time. We've got 6 minutes, 8 minutes. We have 8 minutes left on the air fryer. So y'all just have to look at the pictures later of, you know, of how they look coming out. Don't forget to let them cool off before you try to pop them out. Okay, so, and Carol Lou, I'm guessing that you probably can, and y'all know I'll end up trying that. You know I will end up trying that. Let's see if we can get Dusty, 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 come here. Come here, buddy. Come on. He goes, I'm getting chocolate. Not chocolate, I'm getting bacon. He is not getting bacon. Okay, come here and say goodnight, buddy. Okay, so everybody knows what their homework is. So everybody's gonna do their homework. Everybody's gonna have an awesome and amazing week. Nobody's quitting. We are all in this together. We are all in our meeting together. And even if you can't go to your physical workshop, come to our workshop. Y'all are having a meeting right now. Okay, everybody tell Dusty goodnight. We're gonna go ahead and go. I have Alyssa tomorrow, and I have a lot to get done before she gets here. But have a great week. I want to know what you make in your little silicone thingamajiggy if you get one. But everybody have a great week. Tag me in your homework. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, don't forget, this is the next video coming up right here. Right here is the subscribe. It's the little If You Have an Egg logo. Click on that to subscribe. Please, 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 please subscribe. Or no, it's over here. It's right here. The If You Have an Egg logo is right here. Click on that to subscribe. And then over here, if you're interested in any of the spread shirts. Anyway, everybody have a great week. I will see you next week. Tag me in what you made. I want to see it. I love seeing what you all make. Good night, everybody. Have a great week. Good night.